So you don't play Battlefield 1 alone, you play as a team, and one of the best ways to help keep your team alive is to play as a medic. So if you're going to be playing as a medic, then you're going to want to know which kit to take and how to get the best out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at three things: what weapons to use, what gadgets to choose, and some tips to help play in the class. So let's get to it. So yes, you are a medic and you can heal yourself and you can heal the players around you, but more important than this is your ability to revive fallen players. Now this is an essential piece of kit, especially when playing the larger squad-based games such as Conquest and Operations. You will soon notice with the medic that a lot of the weapons are to be used at range. A lot of them have really slow reload times and only have 5 to 10 rounds in the chamber. That doesn't mean you have to sit somewhere halfway up a mountain sniping. It doesn't mean you have to sit 3 buildings back waiting for people to die. A medic is best used on the battlefield, straight up front with the squad mates, with the team, going through the doors, shooting people, and as long as you don't miss, as long as you shoot better than me, you'll be absolutely fine, and that's the best way to play it. If you do play it sat somewhere 3 miles back, 4 houses behind people, by the time you get to people to revive them, they're going to have released and they're going to be gone and you're just going to get shot. It's not the best way to play it. But one of the really good things about the medic is it's a really great class if you just want to earn extra points. You'll get your usual kills and your usual points, but on top of that you're going to get your revive bonuses, which is a plus 50 per revive, and you can revive tens of people each round, and it really adds up and it really does make a difference to getting that score, unlocking new features and getting more points. So we're going to have a look at the weaponry now. We're going to take a look at what is the best weapon, and I've had a look around. It seems to be the consensus. The Mondragon Storm, it's got the range, it's got the firepower, it does have 10 rounds in the clip. Its only downside is it takes about 3 years to reload, and if you do get caught reloading it, you will die. You have the M19's Trench, Sweeper, and the Factory. Now, these are your close combat weapons. If you want to go in, you want to have the weapon that does the damage, that has the reload speed, that's the one. The other two, the C and the Selbstbister, just ignore them, they're garbage. You also have the auto-loading Factory and the Marksman. Again, it's not a weapon I chose personally. And finally, you do have your level 10 weapon, which is your 1906. That is a good weapon. It's very powerful, very quick to reload. Personally, I don't like it because I like to fight from range sometimes, and I find that I just shoot off the 5 rounds and miss each time. With the pistols, I'm not going to go into that, that's up to you. Pistols are pistols, take what you need. Now, onto the gadgets. There are 2 gadgets which the medic should have, and that's healing and reviving. There's nothing more to it. Get the bandage first. Once you've got some points, get the medical crate. Keep these 2. It's what the class is about. If you can't heal yourself, if you can't heal others, there's no point. If you can't revive people, then there's just better classes to play. There's better weapon choices. And finally, there is also the thrown weapon slot and the melee slot. There is no unique weapons here for the medic class. You can take some gas grenades or some smoke grenades or a frag grenade. It really is situational and whatever works best for you. With the melee, just take whichever hits hardest, whichever you've unlocked with the highest damage, because the last thing you want is for you to have to hit them 2 or 3 times and they hit you once and you're dead. It's a no-brainer. It is also worth mentioning there are plenty of scope options for most of the rifles. Even the Mondragon has a scope, and you really can get some good sniping done if sniping is your thing. And that's the basics down. You essentially have 3 different weapon choices, which is your M1907 series for your close combat, you have any of the scoped rifles for a bit of sniping, or you have the Mondragon Storm for the best of both worlds. With your gadget slots, you want your syringe for reviving, and you do also want your healing bandages, and then advance to the medical crate. Now, with some tips to playing the class, the first thing to say is never ever use the syringe offensively. It can be used to kill people. Don't try. It's a waste of time and it will get you killed. Other things to watch out for is armor. Anything that is armored, avoid. You have no ways apart from a grenade to kill vehicles. If it's a tank, if it's a truck, even a bike, you literally have no skills when it comes to vehicles. the one useful thing you can do is mark them. Now you should really be marking everything you see, a soldier, a tank, anything that comes across your path, mark it, because if you can't shoot it, someone else can, and I think you get 5 points just for the mark. It's not worth doing it for the points, but it's worth doing it to win the match, because it does help. Another great feature of the medic is the ability to support yourself with healing yourself. So what you can do is go solo, take on people, and throw bandage packs down for yourself. If you go head to head with someone and they take 75% of your health but you kill them, then the next person's gonna very likely kill you. But if you have that 10 seconds to throw down a bandage, get your health back to max, you can get straight back out there in the same time it would take an assault, any other class, to get healed naturally is 60 seconds or more. It really is a good way to run with the medic and go solo. Don't feel that you have to be tied to your teammates or you're somehow an inferior class, because it really isn't. It's one of the strongest classes in the game. There is also the flip side of this, which is to go with the team, support the team, and use your bandage packs with your teammates, and don't feel that you have to ration them, because you do get 2 and then they refresh almost instantly, and you really can be very liberal with these things. Throw them in doorways, throw them in halls. When there's a fight, throw them down. When you see a scout, throw one at his feet. Just, really get them out everywhere, because you do get points from these as well. It supports your teams and it supports yourself with leveling your characters. Another good thing is to keep a real eye out for the people who have picked up one of the unique character classes, like the flamethrower. If you do see one of them, it is worth following them, keep them healed up, and they can really do a lot of damage to the enemy, and it's a really good way to play support as the medical class. So how you actually revive players is by using your gadget syringe. You get that out, run over to the player, and just click on them, and that revives them, gets them back into the fight. But you can only do this on players which have the skull symbol above their heads, which means they're still there, waiting to respawn, waiting to be revived. And this is what you really want to be keeping an eye out for. Look around the map, look around. If they are behind you, it appears at the bottom of your screen, a little skull symbol. Run over to them, get them back up. But you want to be smart about this as well. If the player just died in the middle of a shootout in Death Alley, don't run in and jump down to them, because you'll be next. Like I say, be smart about it, use your brain, and if you think it's dangerous, don't do it. It's also worth noting that the skull symbol can flash, and what this means is the player is holding the key down to release to respawn. Now, if you move towards that player directly, they'll see on their screen that you are coming towards them. And if they still continue to flash, it means they're not paying attention, they're not aware that you're moving towards them, and they're about to release anyway. So if that does happen, and you are taking a risk, it's worth doubling back, because you're just going to waste your life, and you're just going to waste your time. And it can be slightly frustrating playing as a medic, especially when you're jumping onto an objective with 2 or 3 guys and they both die. You try to revive them, but they're released instantly. So it's worth remembering, you do have to wait roughly 10 seconds when you die to respawn. So it's worth waiting 5, 6, 7 of them seconds, because even though no medic's on the screen, one could appear, one could get to you, and it's happened quite a few times. So it's why wait in the respawn screen when you can wait with a chance for a medic to turn up. And that's it really. It's not complicated. You just keep people healed, keep them revived. Often you'll find it's not the case, that you've got a perfect line of you and them, and you can just stand behind people waiting for them to die. It doesn't really work out like that. It's best to just keep playing the game, keep your eyes out, and if there's a few things to take from this video, it's be really liberal with the bandages, because they do refresh really quick. With guns, you want to be working towards the Mondragon Storm. That's the real good weapon. That's the one that you'll like. It's also worth noting, reload whenever possible. If you're in a building, if you're safe and you've only shot twice, still reload, because that gun takes a long time to reload. And finally as well, stay away from any kind of tanks. Even with the gadget you'll find, which is your grenade attachment, it's next to useless. Don't bother taking it. You're not a tank buster. And anything with armor, just avoid, because you're no good against it. And that's it. Have fun with it, And if you did find this guide useful, don't forget to comment the video, rate the video, and consider subscribing.